National conversation. We have waited too long.
The three ringleaders trying their best to make sense of this circus: Guillermo Moreno, Jairus Jackson, and John Machico.
Another night, another 3 hours of torture for conservatives, for establishment Democrats, really. And if you're a JFK Democrat, good luck. Everybody on that stage tonight is still not going to be able to make one person that would even come close to defeating President Trump in 2020. Jairus Lee in studio here, and it's going to be a long, long night. And last night was...
I'm just saying, people don't understand. These debates traditionally are 2 hours, but CNN's saying 3 at the least.
Because they need ratings.
So
they need ratings. They don't have people that listen to them or watch them, so they need people to stick on and make sure that they tune in. So they figured, hey, let's just drag this thing out for 3 hours, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get some ratings that'll help us beat Nickelodeon.
Maybe we'll beat SpongeBob.
Maybe SpongeBob will get beaten. All right, a lot of takeaways from last night, man. Marianne Williamson, as you told us, is trending. Marianne Williamson is the...
in all but one state, she is the most trending candidate in all but one state.
Marianne Williamson, it's about love. I'm going to be president with love.
Your girlfriend.
With girlfriend, I'm going to call up New Zealand. I'm going to tell girlfriend, you are so wrong. America's the best place. And I'm going to call up Donald Trump. I'm going to say, boyfriend, I'm going to beat you on love. And I'm going to meet you on the battlefield. I sound like Michael Jackson. What am I talking about?
I think Marianne Williamson might just be Michael Jackson, but he doesn't want to get caught for all the pedophilia, so he came back as a weird hippie.
Oh, my gosh. And
That's
then,
what that is. That's all that is.
And then our boy, Bernie Sanders.
Last night was great. Great debate. I'm shooting up in the polls.
Yeah, he was not shooting up at the polls. Let's just be honest. CNN had it out for him. And the question tonight is going to be, is CNN...
I'm coming off the Don Lemon. I know where he sleeps.
Is CNN going to go after who they don't like, or are they going to try to set the agenda? You said you were listening to some podcasts as well after the debate.
I always like to go to the most left-wing podcasts.
They're fun.
Most left-wing YouTube channels I can find. And even they, like, people as conservative as us, and people as liberal as Bernie Sanders supporters, even one of them even works on the Bernie Sanders campaign out here in California. We're all agreeing they had it out for old Bernie last night.
Oh, they did, and you had mentioned this point very eloquently. Was they are going after CNN is doing the dirty work of the DNC because
CNN's doing the work so Joe Biden doesn't have to go out there. Man.
Let's figure out how progressive they really are to make sure that the candidates that we like aren't the ones that have to do all this garbage work.
Yeah. Now, because I was sitting there and I was listening to the podcast, to the debates, the things that weren't talked about last night. So let's start. There were a lot of big ones. First of all...
Well, we talked about the drinking game. And Hugh Hewitt, we don't know
if he drinks, but he
doesn't drink.
He had some suggestions.
But yeah, he was on yesterday, and he had said, man, you're not going to make it half hour. You're not going to make it a half hour without being drunk.
And tonight's debate is 3 hours. They're going to get alcohol poisoning. An hour and 15 in.
You might as well just drive to the ICU right now and watch
watch the debate from the ICU.
Yeah. Oh, but remember, according to the Democrats, nobody has health insurance. So who knows if you'll be seen. You're going to die there.
According to Buttman Buttigieg, if you're black, you just sit in the hospital and die.
Absolutely.
Because every doctor ever is racist. Even though most of them in Clovis are Indian. But still, somehow they're racist.
And if that doesn't kill you before you get there, the environment will, because the environment is also racist.
Because you drove there in a car, which is killing the environment.
Exactly. So we had talked about the things that were going to be mentioned, and they were, what was mentioned: immigration, healthcare, guns, but it wasn't. I think we had it. I'll be honest, we had it wrong. We thought race was going to be a huge...
I thought it was going to be guns. You thought it was going to be race. But we both struck out.
We struck out, but then that's because CNN had an agenda.
CNN had a game plan that threw everybody for a curveball.
CNN had an agenda. There's some stuff that wasn't mentioned,
biggest one.
And when you said it, I was like, I can't believe that wasn't mentioned.
The thing that literally,
Yeah, your mind is about to be blown. Go ahead.
the party. Oh, these are smart and sexy Americans.
That's
They've
true,
probably
that's
been
true,
yelling
yeah.
at us to say it. We're the dummies that didn't catch on. This party, which lodged onto and just has been given the biggest hug for almost 3 years to Robert Mueller, they ran the hell away from him last night. No mention of Robert Mueller. I told you, and I said this when I came on the day after the Robert Mueller testimony. They have old Yeller Robert Mueller. They took him behind the shed, doodle-doot-doot. They're not interested in him anymore. They didn't even mention. No Robert Mueller mentioned last night. That's wild, man.
I can't believe it. Nobody mentioned the Mueller.
And you didn't even think about it.
I didn't.
told you, and you
I
were
didn't.
like, you're right. There was no Mueller mention.
And for all of them to be on the same page, because the candidates barely mentioned Mueller. I think one might have slipped something
There
in.
may have been something
like
about
an impeachment.
Russian interference or
Election interference.
Time dedicated to their boy
Nope.
Robert Mueller was non-existent last night.
And this goes back to my theory. The DNC.
Kirsten Gillibrand is now arriving at the debate hall.
Here. I told you this yesterday.
Has on way too much eyeliner or eyeshadow, whatever that
I
is.
told this to everybody yesterday. I said, look, the way these candidates acted, they were using Republican quote-unquote talking points. They were not trying to appear as crazy. The DNC, someone did a lot of polling, and they said, look, guys, nobody likes what you're selling. Don't sound as crazy, progressive, liberal. And I bet you a part of that was, hey, shut up on Robert Mueller. The American public is tired of it. Don't mention it. For all of them to all be locks, boom, together on that, someone had to tell them, hey, don't mention Bob's name. It's not going to help you out.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you have polls that show impeachment support among the general population for impeachment. I think the highest I've seen it is maybe 20.
It's low.
So, I mean, it's honestly, it's not a stretch. And for a party that for almost 3 years couldn't shut up about Robert Mueller to have their second debate and be virtually completely silent about it is just...
It was crickets, man.
Yeah.
Crickets and rats and mice.
Well, it was Michigan.
Well,
And it was Detroit. Crickets, rats, and gun shells.
there you go. It was pretty silent. So Robert Mueller or the Mueller investigation not taking center stage.
Now, does it take center stage tonight?
No. If it doesn't take center stage tonight, then damn it, we're pretty damn smart.
Your theory, Guillermo, in my opinion, it was just 24 hours early. You've got Corey, bootleg Obama, beta male Obama, Camel Toe Kamala Harris, and the segregationist Joe Biden on the same stage. Oh, race is going to be talked about tonight. Your prediction for yesterday, you should have moved that over to today because I think this debate is going to have a lot to do with race, like how you thought last night's debate would.
That's a good point. Now they tried to make Bernie into this progressive crazy guy. Do they try to make Biden into this racist guy? Is CNN... I'll tell you what. This is one of the questions I know is going to be headed to Kamala Harris's way. Is Kamala, do you think Joe Biden is racist? I don't think they'll do it.
I think
they are. I think they're going to tie her down. They're going to try to help Joe.
But you think they're going to do it that plain speaking? Because Jake Tapper,
I think they will.
Jake Tapper was great at that. He didn't give stories or anything. He was just pretty clean cut about it.
Andrew Yang has arrived, and
his tie's off.
He is not wearing a tie.
His tie was on this
tie.
morning. During this morning, his first walkthrough, his tie was on.
So the guy takes the walkthrough, the prep, more seriously than the actual thing. He takes the practice more seriously in the game than the game.
His walkthrough, which it was like 6 o'clock in the morning our time out here in California.
Yeah.
He had a tie on. And we just saw him walk in right now. He arrived right after Gillibrand, and he is tie-less.
Well, maybe he was at work. He got to show up to work professional, but apparently to run for the presidency of the United States, don't worry about that. You can be sloppy.
Maybe it's sitting in his dress. Maybe he'll put it on in his dressing room.
I doubt it. But anyhow,
I'd love to bug those dressing rooms like JFK with Martin Luther King. That'd be great. Then we can figure out how these people really feel. All right. Could you imagine if it comes out that like Kamala Harris is sitting in there like, I'm gonna go talk to these morons, make myself seem stupid.
Yeah.
Or Joe Biden. No, Joe Biden would be the one who's like, I hate these young people. I gotta act like I'm a socialist. Everyone knows I'm a moderate conservative.
There would be no audio coming from them because he's taking a nap. All you hear is his assistant going in there and waking him up.
Mr. Biden,
it's time.
Mr. Biden, it's time. Get the black kids off the bus. What?
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay. Can I just say, conservatives, we are literally failing because do you know if they had Trump on record being against black kids riding with white kids on the school bus,
it'd be
they
over.
would never
It'd be
stop.
horrible.
That's why I give him the name segregationist. We need to be more like the liberals in that instance. Brand the hell out of him. He is on record, not just talking about it, voting to keep black kids off the same school bus with white kids.
Well, what are you going to listen? Here's the question,
Why
Jairus.
we aren't using that as that's real racism, by the way. Why we aren't using that like how the liberals use fake racism against Donald Trump? I have no idea.
What are you doing? You got two racists running for presidency. You got Trump on one side and then Joe Biden. Does race just not become an issue because they're both racist?
You can argue Joe Biden really is a racist. He's done some actual racist people stuff, and I don't mean just saying mean words.
Wait, let me ask you this, and you got to think really hard. When has Joe Biden actually been on the right side of anything? Like, when has he actually voted?
That's the problem with your only principle being power. You're never on the right side.
Yeah, very good point. Very astute point. But we started this with some of the stuff that was not mentioned on debate night one.
The huge one was Mueller. That's pretty big.
When you said that, I was like, damn, I'm so dumb. How did I not realize that?
And then the other one, is abortion.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
And then abortion. Which was front and center during the debate last time around.
But they worded it differently. It was about reproductive justice.
Well, see, that's a good point. They really don't, because the word, in fact, I've even seen polls where support for restricting reproductive rights is low in this country, but support for restricting abortion is at an all-time high. Shows you how dumb Americans can be and really how smart the Democrats are when it comes to marketing. So you may not even hear the actual word abortion come out tonight.
No, you will. Because Kristen Gillibrand.
You're going to hear, or just reproductive rights, or you're going to actually hear abortion.
You're going to hear it a little. No, not abortion. No, but you will hear reproductive.
Oh, of course.
A woman's right to choose. It's the woman's health, and I think the one that's going to be the biggest blabbermouth on that is going to be Kristen Gillibrand. And you had said, is she the one that wants to make an office?
Her and Cory Booker, they've both said that if they are elected, they would create an office of reproductive rights in the White House.
And I said, well, it's kind of like, it's called Planned Parenthood. That's
pretty much.
That's what it is. I mean, you're going to allow the Planned Parenthood office just to set up shop at the White House?
I guess Planned Parenthood's going to have an office on the 5th floor of the White House. I don't know.
And anyhow, abortion. We'll see if that's actually mentioned tonight.
It was mentioned a lot. Now, again, that was coming off the heels of the Alabama thing going on. But
if abortion,
I wonder tonight because listen, abortion was non-existent.
Yeah.
Last night.
If abortion and Mueller is not mentioned tonight, these candidates have all been told what to talk about, what not to talk about, what to stay away from, and how to debate. Let's just be honest. Someone gave them a set of rules from the DNC and said, look, I don't care what you guys do.
Tom Perez. Yeah. He's not sitting there observing. He's sitting there making sure they follow the rules so they don't get the whip cracked on them.
Absolutely. Like, hey, listen up.
Oh, wait. We can't say
that's racist.
Because you have a black woman and a half-black guy in there, so we can't say crack
and a full
the whip.
Latino.
That's right, Guillermo.
Full Latino.
We can't say crack the whip.
Not the half one. All right.
But we didn't make any jokes about picking fruit, so that doesn't affect Castro. Just the whip jokes affect the black people.
Wow. All right, Mueller, abortion. What else was not mentioned on night one?
No one speaking Espanol.
Oh, no Spanish.
Which I told good. You. I loved it, actually.
I predicted it. I said they're in Detroit. They're in the hood. If they're going to be speaking any different language, it's going to be hood. So they're going to speak.
No Spanish now, folks. And I loved it, honestly.
And no hood.
And no.
And you know,
Kamala's going to go up there and be a little female hood tonight. You
no, she's not.
Yeah.
You think she is?
Yes. As a black woman. That's her favorite.
Yes.
As a black, and her hand always goes out for some reason. As a black woman in this country, let me tell you. Maybe she'll snap her fingers.
She is not. No.
Maybe she'll snap her fingers.
She ain't gonna go there. She ain't gonna take that. But no.
She still needs all those white donors out here in Silicon Valley to give them money, so she ain't gonna go too black.
But let's be honest with you. She's got a way to connect, and is she gonna be able? Is she? Here's my thing.
She connects better than anyone on night one or two.
But I want you, and you can agree with me. We've been stuck with her here in California for a while now.
Yeah.
Rehearsed, she's great. She's when she preps and she's rehearsed, she can deliver.
She's book smart. You give her a book to study, she'll be a genius.
Exactly.
But you put her on the spot.
She's not good. She's horrible. Yeah. So I'm curious tonight if CNN is actually going to put her on the spot, or is she going to be able to come up with these quick little one-liners?
If CNN tonight is pitting people against each other, just like they were during night one, it's going to be, who do you think they're going to pit against? Is they going to be trying to pit Camel Toe against Biden? Because Biden is who they want to keep safe. So now you've got Camel. So what are they going to do? Are they going to pit Bootleg versus Camel Toe, or what are they going to do? Because Biden's who they want to keep safe. They want Biden not to have to talk to Kamala directly as much as possible.
We will know within the first hour what the flavor is. And
you caught on first.
Oh, we tweeted it out.
Before we hit the 20-minute mark, you're like, yeah, they're working against them. It took me an hour and a half before I'm like, I think Guillermo might be right. They might be working against them.
That's why the most intelligent radio host in the Central California area. I mean, I got the most degrees. I ain't going to lie. But anyhow, we're not talking about
And both of us caught on to it way before that other channel. Oh, wait, they didn't even do coverage.
They're really talking about it right now.
Yeah. They just figured it out right now.
Probably. So Kamala Harris is going to be on the debate stage right next to Joe Biden.
Give him the rundown for that.
All right. Here, let me get my plethora of show prep.
We've got like a rainbow. I don't know why.
What's up with this?
We've got green, blue, yellow paper.
Paper justice?
That's what it is.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Michael Bennett, who I forgot about this guy, so he's going to reintroduce himself to America for the second time, and hopefully the last time. Kristen Gillibrand, Julian Castro, the true and only Latino in the race. Cory Booker, a.k.a. Jairus calls him Bootleg Obama, and a.k.a. Jairus calls him Beta Male. Joe Biden, let's see if he actually packs a punch.
The segregationist Joe Biden.
Kamala Harris. Andrew Yang, whose campaign slogan is math.
Yeah.
Make America think hard. Right?
You gotta have smart people in your country, though.
Tulsi Gabbard. One of the my caffeine just arrived.
It's getting hot here. Tulsi Gabbard.
My caffeine arrived.
What type of outfit she wearing tonight? I'm interested.
What, a red sports coat?
Don't wear the sports coat, princess. Don't cover up nothing. All right.
Well, yeah, you gotta give it. That might get in the ratings. Let's be honest. There you go. Dude, wouldn't it be amazing?
You know what they should do? Like when they go to commercial break, have the boxing ring girls come out. We'll be right back. Hey.
They don't talk. They don't talk. Jairus. Boxing girls don't talk.
I don't watch boxing.
They don't talk.
Well, put some mics on these chicks. Get them in bikinis. Joe Biden will be out there like, I'd like to segregate her. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what's funny? You want to know what's really funny? Since there'll be girls in bikinis, Bootleg Obama will be there like, not really interested. Where's Pete? Can we have Pete walk out with a sign? That might do something for me.
That's so bad. That's so bad. But you know what they should do is, all right, I'll take you up on this offer. You know, have the boxing girls do. You know, the big old cue cards are like this big.
But they're bigger than the girls.
But on there, literally do how far left the party's going. Like have it like this.
Just have an arrow.
Have a center line and be like, well, let's be honest, you guys. That last segment, we're off over here. And then by the end of the night, they're gonna need like 3 girls because they're gonna need that many cue cards to keep going off left.
They'll be off the stage. The end of the arrow won't even be on stage.
It's going to be pretty bad. No, but what I was going to tell you was, Andrew Yang is not going to be wearing a tie. Tulsi,
no, he walked. We saw him just a few minutes ago.
He didn't have it on. He just walked in.
Everyone is going to. They all have their private dressing rooms once they arrive at the Fox Theater, so he might have a tie in there. The tie he was wearing at 6 o'clock this morning, maybe it's in the dressing rooms. Who knows?
Hey, maybe he doesn't know how to tie a tie.
What if it's a clip-on?
How be a clip-on?
If it's a clip-on.
That'd be. Listen, anyhow, so talking about dress here, Tulsi Gabbard, you know what she should do to stand out? What? She should come out in a camo blazer. Dude, come on. She would get mad prop. I mean, come on.
But wait, isn't camo viewed like a trigger? It's a microaggression or something. No, it is. I'm not joking. It is. So that's not going to work with this party.
Yeah, anyhow. But Tulsi Gabbard's going to be on the stage. Jay Inslee, the guy who his whole campaign is the New Deal. Yeah. You're poor, that's because of the New Deal. You want health care? Well, the climate is making you sick. You don't have clean drinking water? Well, that's because of climate change.
And he embraced. There were people on conservative Twitter that posted this out. And it's
conservative Twitter?
Yeah.
What's conservative Twitter?
It's conservatives that follow each other on Twitter.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it was like an actual like.
Oh, like another Twitter that we're not banned on. No, that's not that.
I was trying to play. I was doing a play on words like, okay, how can I mix conservative and Twitter? And then I was going to call it con Twitter.
Con Twitter.
But that is not
con Twitter.
Con Twitter.
Con Twitter.
Does not sound good.
So basically, Jay Inslee, he's running. Do you know that the Green New Deal is so far left last night, and it was pointed out on conservative Twitter or con Twitter, that even Elizabeth Warren,
Twitter, come on,
even Elizabeth Warren couldn't come right out and say she supports the Green New Deal. She said, I support a green economy. She supports the ideas. But the Green New Deal...
What are you talking about? She does support the Green New Deal. She's talking about $2 trillion for research.
But she would not come right out and answer Jake Tapper directly and say, yes, I support the Green New Deal. He would ask the question and she would go off.
I must have missed that part.
I support a green economy. I support this. I support that. She never came right out and said, yes, absolutely, I support the Green New Deal. That did not happen.
You know, I'm surprised. I'm surprised the president hasn't come out and say, yeah, I support the Green New Deal. Talk about money. I'm going to make you rich. Huge.
Trump
hugely.
should come out with the real Green New Deal.
Yeah.
And it's just how much Geetus he's going to put in your back pocket.
Right? I'm surprised.
Pretty good.
You know what we should do from the White House lawn? Come out with a press conference and then get those little money shooters. You know, just go, just end it like that. How epic would that be?
That'd be funny if the event was like sponsored by the NRA, because it would make perfect sense. Hey, conservatives! I got money and I got guns, and we got Martin Luther King's granddaughter is gonna say a prayer. I got Jesus, God,
and niece. Alveda King
whatever.
is a niece.
I got Alveda King. She's bringing the Jesus. The NRA's bringing the gun, money shooters, and then
I'm bringing the money.
I'm bringing the money. We got God, guns, and money, conservatives. What else more do you want? You're gonna look at Bill Weld, which is that little Malouk's. It's his birthday today too, by the way.
All right.
So
there you go.
because we get emails from all the campaigns.
We
Bill
do.
Weld, who's running against Donald Trump for the Republican nomination. Guillermo, if you would like to send him $74 for his 74th birthday, his campaign is very much begging and pleading for it because, he's not raising much money nowadays. He failed to even raise $1 million last quarter. So
I'm checking my, because we are signed up on all the emails.
Yeah.
And you know what candidates normally do. And if you're not, Kamala Harris in the house.
Kamala just walk in?
Kamala Harris just entered the Fox Theater.
And my God, this theater, we talked about this yesterday, man. This theater is butt ugly.
It's gaudy.
Now, what is
It's
that?
gaudy.
But is gaudy an official, what is, because I hear it all the time. And that's the
just
over
gaudy.
gold. Because it kind of looks Indian, but then it's got some Buddha touches in there. And then it kind of looks, probably because it's Michigan, it's got some Muslim touches to it, too.
Oh, God. Hey, just because it's Rashida Tlaib's district don't mean relax.
Was Rashida in the audience? We got to figure this out.
No, she's probably hating on Israel right now. That's all she does.
I know, but
Let's be honest.
I know, but the debate is in your home state.
Either that or she's being kicked out of somewhere.
That's a good. Security's having to take her out by the arm.
No, but honestly, she was in front. She was in front yesterday. She was. Yeah. Well, she was because she was at the CNN little desk there.
Oh, okay.
So she was there. She was talking about BDS. She was talking about.
I like our sign here.
Yeah,
Facebook Live.
BDS equals BS. And by the way, tomorrow, Colonel John Somerville will be on talking about a whole hour on BDS, and you're not going to want to miss it. 6 o'clock on Thursday. That's tomorrow, so you're not going to want to miss it. That's going to kind of get into our coverage too, because we're doing. I just remembered. Yeah, we're doing a lot of coverage.
Yep.
All right. We'll have to talk to the Colonel. But no, Rashida Tlaib was out there basically letting all of us know that Israel is a detriment to Palestine. So she's literally pretty much doesn't want Israel to exist anymore. Mm-hmm. She just came out with that. And AOC just made an anti-Semitic remark. We'll have that for you as well. But I still haven't gotten through the list of the candidates tonight. All right, I left off with...
Just restart.
All right, here we go. Michael Bennett, hopefully he'll reintroduce himself. Kristen Gillibrand, Julian Castro. Cory Booker, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Andrew Yang, Tulsi Gabbard, Jay Inslee, and rounding it out, everybody's Bill de Blasio. I don't even know what
big bird mayor.
Bill de Blasio. For being from New York, he didn't pack a punch at all.
He interrupted, but when he interrupted,
he failed.
He had nothing good to say. If you're going to be annoying and interrupt, I need that Muhammad Ali.
You need that. You need that Chris Christie. Remember when Chris Christie?
We need him to knock a punch.
Jersey.
We don't need him to eat. We need him to knock a punch. We don't need him to overeat a Subway sandwich. Jesus.
And I know Christie's not from New York, but he had that kind of that East.
He needs that Chris Christie mantra.
That East Coast.
Yes.
You
look at my shoes funny, I'm gonna bust your nose open. That's what Bill, you're from New York.
Right, yeah.
New York people will stab you if you ain't wearing the right coat. No, that's
Baltimore.
That's
that's
another
Baltimore,
district.
buddy.
Yeah.
That's Baltimore.
Boy, the New York people.
Or
Oakland, that's right. But the New York people, they're
Or
savages.
No. I want to see how far I can take it.
No,
All right, anyhow.
we're peace-loving, good people.
Anyhow. But listen, we
will shoot you though if you cross the line.
Listen, we got to take a break. We got tons of hours to fill tonight. Debate night 2. The Democrats are in Detroit. A lot of the candidates have already entered the Fox Theater. CNN.
I think we're the big one. We're still waiting for the big one. Mr. Joe Biden himself.
Have they not woken him up yet? Does he know he's debating? Does he know he's running for president?
They just woke him up. He's in his hotel room throwing the water at the sink, throwing the water in his face, trying to wake up right now.
All right. Hey, when we come back, we know race. I'm predicting it tonight. Race is going to be a big topic. And when we come back, Elijah Cummings. We have exclusive old audio of Elijah Cummings
when he was trying to sound white.
pretty much what the president said about his district, let's just say it wasn't too far back before he had the same thoughts of his own district. You're not going to want to miss it. Here on the new Talk Radio 1680 KGED.
And Alex Talvin, our very own from SJV Sun.
That's right. That's right. All right, everybody, we appreciate you guys tuning in on Facebook Live, on Twitter, on YouTube. We really appreciate you guys tuning into our coverage here. Let me get to some of your comments here on Facebook Live. Brian, Denise, Joan, appreciate you guys tuning in. Mary, Elaine, make sure you share this, share it far and wide. Maggie, Jane, Ed, Billy, Lisa, we appreciate every single one of you tuning in. We come back, we're going to do much more of our coverage here on the new Talk Radio 1680 KGED. What did you think about debate night 1? Let me go out to some of your comments here. The NYPD wants Bill de Blasio to stand by the police. De Blasio, this guy's horrible. I will tell you this. So, like Jared said, let's see if he actually, does anything. AOC, absolute. All right, and then we have, he hasn't finished smelling yet. Joe is the hair whisperer. I agree. Elaine here. Jim Biden should ask her how she got her job. Joe Biden. Hey, that's a good point. Elaine.
How she got her job?
How she got her start?
By giving out jobs.
CNN.
No, that's the answer.
I don't think CNN would be that savage.
No, they won't.
Hey, where's my caffeine? I desperately.
Jake Tapper might be that savage because he.
Yeah.
You want your stuff?
Yeah, if I'm gonna get through a bajillion hours of this stuff,
3 hours of this.
I'm gonna need a lot of caffeine. This is gonna be round 1. Thanks, man.
I mean, awesome. Our table does look like morning, Joe. Honestly, we got enough paper and cups.
All right, 30 seconds. We're back on the air. Oh, my wife says it's all mental with me and caffeine. Because I'm like, as soon as I hit I'm like, boom, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Like, I get like Bernie Sanders, like his level. Let me tell you something. Oh, I think I'm an addict, bro. I think I'm addicted.
Yeah, you are.
I think I'm like caffeine anonymous.
Is that a thing?
You don't know me.
Just like an addict. I don't know. You're the one with the problems.
You got the problem. I don't have the problem. What are you talking about? Hey, can you fix the flag, please?
What is this, the dim debate?
Yeah, well. The Sesame Street.
Sunny day, sweeping up clouds away. On my way to where the air is sweet.
I wanted to get, because you don't know anything about SpongeBob because it's too, you're too old. So I got a cartoon that you know, Sesame Street.
Sesame Street.
And because we're talking about the Big Bud Mail.
Yeah,
now, here's the problem. Bill de Blasio acts too much like that cartoon. He's just happy running through fields.
You be that happy when your own city hates you?
It's so great. I'm so happy to be here. No, he's got to be more like Chris 2 Tons Chris Christie.
Yeah, he does. He really does. He's got to be in there and start roughing some people up.
That's the problem. Bill de Blasio,
Yep.
Big Bird mayor, he acts like Big Bird. Big Bird's nice and he doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
That's the problem with him.
Exactly. Hey, so we teased this before we ended up the last break. Elijah Cummings. So you know how the president is, and I don't need to reintroduce this to you, but you know the president's getting a bad rap or trying to get a bad rap, or the media is trying to give him a bad rap about his comments about Baltimore. Well, Elijah Cummings, not too long ago. Now, who am I kidding? This wasn't a long time ago. Look at him. He actually looks young.
No, Guillermo, can we have this conversation, or are you going to lose your mind?
Let's have it. Go ahead.
So let's notice. You notice how Elijah Cummings, he tries to put some black Maryland slang in there when he talks now? This is towards when he first got to Congress, and conveniently enough, tries very hard to sound. He sounds whiter than Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz sounds more like he has an ethnic background than Elijah Cummings. Back in the day, Elijah Cummings tried very hard. They sound like two completely different people. That's just an observation that I made.
All right, here we go. Here's Elijah Cummings, a young Elijah Cummings.
I'm sure that you are well aware that I'm a strong advocate of sound counter-narcotics efforts. And I will say it every single time I have an opportunity. Sometimes I really just think we don't get it. This morning, I left my community of Baltimore, a drug-infested area.
Whoa there. Drug-infested area.
Mr. Cummings, are you a racist?
Whoa there, racist. Drug-infested. Not just, hey, we got a drug-infested. Oh, it gets better.
Where a lot of the drugs that we're talking about today have already taken the lives of so many children. The same children that I watched 14 or 15 years ago as they grew up, now walking around like zombies. This is only 40 miles away from here.
Drug-infested zombies.
Wow, what a white supremacist this guy is.
Could you imagine if the president said, "Hell, the damn zombies out there"?
You want to know what else is funny? So not only did he inadvertently make the argument that Trump was right, he also made the argument for building a wall. All these drugs in his community.
Exactly.
You big bald dummy.
Exactly. What else is like?
By the way, Guillermo, before we get to the rest of it, Big Bird Mayor, speaking of the Big Bird Mayor, he just made his way into the debates.
Big Bird. Oh, and we can play the song.
Do we have the music?
Big Bird. Bill de Blasio is...
Bill de Blasio, he just entered the Fox Theater with, what is his name, Deshaun, the kid who was allegedly very scared because he could get pulled over by the cops and
he was
killed.
He was the son?
Yeah, with the little afro. I guess there's no barbers in Detroit. Detroit, that's the best place to get a black barber to get that mop shaved off. Anyway, back to Cummings.
And, you know, as much, I am very concerned about what is happening in Colombia, and I think we ought to do everything we can to address this issue.
So that he's referring to Colombia, the country, when the drugs were flowing in from. Oh, wait, nothing's changed. They just go through Mexico now. All right, I'm sorry, Elijah. Go ahead.
I come here today to speak for the dead.
Oh, is he voting for them too?
He speaks for the dead.
Well, no, the Democrats do. They vote for them. What are you talking about?
He's like that creepy,
he's not the only one.
He's like that. So speaking of New York and the surrounding areas, he's like that Long Island medium. I speak to the dead.
Speaking of medium, I bet you Marianne Williamson thinks she speaks to the dead too.
The ones who don't even know where Columbia is.
Well, they're dead.
Because everyone in your district is dumb. No, it's funny. That's why I said yesterday, Elijah Cummings, he's so obsessed with Russia. Go to his district, pull out a world map. Majority of people in his district can't even find where Russia is.
Well, hold on. I want to go back to the obvious. He just said that he wants to talk about Colombia, and then he had talking about he's speaking for the dead people, and he's like, they don't know where Colombia is. Well, they're dead, buddy. They don't know. They don't know very much because they're not alive.
For the dead.
The ones who, like I said a few years ago, had hope. The ones who had become victims, and I call them victims because every time I see one of them standing on a corner.
Every time I see one of them.
Oh, those people?
Yeah, one of those. When I see my constituents.
What do you mean? What a racist, white supremacist bigot, Guillermo. I suggest we throw him out of office right now and replace him with another black guy. Because all you got to do is put a black guy in these districts and they'll solve all your problems.
Yeah, well, we found out by a female in his district that Elijah Cummings hasn't done anything and is continuing not to do anything. But I'm predicting tonight, Jairus, that race. Oh, there's Tulsi. There's your gal right there. Wait,
she's looking. Oh, man, she's looking. She do look good tonight. She
just kissed that guy right there. You get a little jealous there, Jairus.
Tulsi. He better keep his hands off my lady. I know that much.
Tulsi Gabbard there. What was she?
She looked pretty beautiful tonight, honestly. When she showed up there, she looked good.
Yeah, she wasn't wearing a sport coat.
She looked normal.
She looked normal?
You know what's crazy? Maybe Jans might be onto something, but she had on like a button-up white shirt, which, you know, girls in white shirts are always nice. She had a button-up white shirt and some jeans on. Just look like a normal person. I know she's going to go in there. You know what's going to happen? It happens to all the women. She's going to go in there. She's going to get too much makeup put on her face. She's going to look like a clown, and she's going to put on some goofy outfit. All the ladies out there, all right? 99% of the time when you get dressed up, your man would much rather prefer you don't, all right? At least comment down with the makeup, all right? Most of you can do without the makeup, and you still look even more beautiful.
All right,
So Tulsi, she should just walk right on stage right now. She's going to go in there, CNN, they probably have it out for her. They're going to make her look like a clown, put all this makeup on. What I just saw was hot. I'm ready to vote for her.
They're going to make her look like Don Lemon.
Well, Don Lemon's not going to get any urges when he looks at us, so we know that much. Him, Pete, and Bootleg Obama, they're all sitting there like, she does nothing for me. Yeah, I know she doesn't.
No, but you had said that if the conservatives had to choose someone on the debate stage out of yesterday and today, what was the stat?
It's a poll.
It's a poll. Okay.
She's been this for a while, not just after last night. Tulsi Gabbard, if only Trump people were voting in the Democrat primary, funny enough, which in some states that's actually allowed, which is kind of weird. Tulsi Gabbard is ahead by like Joe Biden status, like by like 30-40% by conservatives. She's the conservatives' top pick in the Democrat primary.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're getting the signal that the Me Too slayer Bill O'Reilly is ready and locked and loaded and ready to go. Wait, probably shouldn't say that. Microaggression, locked and loaded. But Bill O'Reilly.
Tonight's debate is in Michigan. There's a whole lot of locked and loading taking place.
Bill O'Reilly coming up in less than 40 seconds.
He's got
here.
A preview of tonight's debate.
He does. He does. All right. Well, the no spin zone. So you get my opinion, you get Jairus's opinion, and we do spin it because that's we're giving you our opinion. But a man coming up, Bill O'Reilly. He will be no spin zone. Enough said. I don't have to preview it anymore. Coming up next, and after that, we're going to return back, and then it'll be less than 1 hour after that for the Democrats to get on stage for night 2 of the debate. You're listening to the only radio station doing this kind of coverage, the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED. Hey, we appreciate you guys tuning in on Facebook Live.
Are you going to cut this feed?
We do have to end the feed, so we're going to cut this feed.
Don't get mad at us. Blame Bill O'Reilly.
Blame Bill O'Reilly. Yeah,
Don't get mad at us.
We got to give him exclusivity on this time here.
Well, listen, he's not. And that's a thing too. Like they're very, because our Facebook Live audience is so dedicated. And
we love our Facebook.
May I
audience.
say so large? They don't like us being on while they're on the radio because they want all the attention.
They do.
But he deserves it. Bill O'Reilly's good at
Bill O'Reilly's not that guy. All right, so stay tuned, and we will come back at exactly 4:05 Pacific Standard Time. So we'll be back, and we'll continue this.
Wait. Hold on. Before you cut it, which is really good. Belinda just said basically that if I do want to date Tulsi Gabbard, I'll have plenty of time because she's not going to win. Belinda, that's pretty great. So perfect. She'll have plenty of time on her hands. So, yeah.
So will everybody else. All right, anyhow.